Good morning. Hey, it's great to see everyone. We also want to welcome our friends that are live streaming right now. So, good morning, families of fifth graders, Bearsville staff members, and most importantly, our fifth graders. Today is an important day. It is the last time you will be called fifth graders. In approximately 4 hours, you will be sixth graders. Let me say that again. Sixth graders, and no longer elementary school students. We hope that you look back on your elementary school experience as a positive one. For many of you in this room, you started kindergarten in this very building. Some of you have joined us along the way, and we are better for that. We hope you take some time to reflect and think about how far you have come in the last 6 years. The academic and social growth have been incredible. Also, please take some time to think about the people that helped you to get to this point in your life. Maybe it was a parent, a grandparent, a brother, a sister, a mentor, or even a staff member here at Bearsville. Hopefully you take some time to thank them and let them know you made it. You made it to middle school. The past 15 months has been a set of unique challenges, and we have all gotten through this together. Remember that as well, together. We need each other to lift one another up. Each of you has many special skills and talents. We cannot wait to see what your future holds and hears about your successes that you experience at the middle school, the high school, and in life. Keep chasing your dreams. Keep chasing your dreams. We wish you the absolute very best going forward. And please don't be a stranger to Bearsville. Up next, we have Mrs. Nieder just to share a few thoughts with you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, those of you at home. Hi. Well, fifth grade, we made it. We had some clances. We were here for AB, we were at home, we came back, we went home, but guess what? We're stronger and we're better for it. And like Mr. Clancy said, we did this together. And that's a great thing to know when we're moving forward, how we can use this strength in the future. You will walk the hallways at a new school and travel on to the next phase of your journey. Never forget that you have made a lasting impact here at Bearsville, within your teachers, your classmates, and everyone you've come in contact with. As you move on to the middle school, the road may be bumpy, and it probably will be bumpy. It won't go as you plan, it won't go as you want, but you have the strength inside you to push through to make your life better. Never, ever give up on yourself. There is beauty in every day. Your job, and I challenge you for this, is to find that beauty in every day. And I want to say thank you for coming to school even when you didn't want to, for smiling with the masks on but we could see it in your eyes, for being kind to others because you know that that is one of the greatest gifts that you could ever give anyone. I want to thank you for being kind to yourself because this is very, very important because you will make mistakes. But when you're kind to yourself and you accept your mistakes, you are a better person for this. Thank you for doing your best even when it wasn't your best, as you know that learning from your mistakes will make you one incredible adult. Thank you for filling all of our baskets, for memories that made us smile, that made us laugh, and made us touch our hearts. And lastly, when you look back at Bearsville, I hope you remember us as your family. And as you know, family is always there for you. So please keep in touch with us, because we will always be here for you. And Be creative with your life. Have fun with it. Explore. But be happy. And we will miss you very, very much.
So up next, we'd like to ask two fifth graders come up, Drew Cooper and Noah Homan, who are going to do speeches for you. We're going to ask Drew and Noella to come up on the stage here. Just don't trip any of her chords. That would be a rough ending to our farewell. Come on over. And knowing these two like I do, I'm sure they are not nervous at all.
I'm sure that we can all remember our first day of kindergarten here at Bearsville. Walking through the doorframe, the big classroom before our eyes. As a fifth grader here at Bearsville Elementary School, I can relate to that. When I was little, I never thought I would make it to fifth grade. I was always thinking, when will this school year end? Or, finally, only 60 days of school left. But now, it seems, the days are flying by, moving us fifth graders one day closer to middle school. I used to be the kid that only raised a hand when I knew the answer to a question. Now, regardless of whether I know the answer or not, I take the risk of being wrong. And now, whenever I do get the question wrong, I get the help I need to learn and know the answer. When I started first grade and had Mr. Janis, I learned what it meant to really write a story that came from my imagination. During guided reading at the writing station, all I ever did was write books, draw a picture to go with the story, finish the story, show it to Mr. Janis, and then the whole process would repeat. And that love of writing continues to this day, to this moment, while I read this speech. Now, I might be the only one here who can relate to that love of writing, but I know something that all of us as adults and students can relate to, the dreaded COVID-19 virus. Once upon a time, there was a normal world called Earth. Everybody was happy and things were great. All of a sudden, a virus came out of nowhere and everybody felt threatened. Sounds familiar, right? Until last year, nobody that I knew had ever heard of social distancing or being quarantined or wearing masks and face shields. We never had to stay away from family or race to be the first ones to church because of a capacity limit either. But as we all know, that's how life is these days. And school isn't the same either. I have fond memories of getting good grades on a hard math test, running outside on the field at Bearsville at recess, trying to tag the fastest person playing tag. I also remember leaving the school day feeling like I learned something new, all in a world without COVID. This year, I have still felt all that, but in a whole new way. I was still proud of my grades, even though some of the hard math tests were taken online. I still ran on the field at recess playing tag. It was just that I played with only my class. And I still left the school day feeling that I learned something new. I just left the school day on Zoom sometimes. I've also heard COVID being called lots of things, like a challenge, for example. And that's not all I've heard people say about COVID. I've also heard people say, when will this nightmare end? And I can't wait for things to get back to normal. And while I agree 1,000,000%, I would still like to hear the pros of COVID, like when we all came together during the shutdown. Like I said, I've heard COVID being called a challenge, but that's not what I call it. What I consider COVID is a learning opportunity. Lily Atlas once said, through darkness comes light, and through pain comes triumph. In a sense, COVID was the darkness, and we have risen through that darkness, which was the light. COVID was the pain, and when we got past that, it was the triumph. To conclude my speech, going through kindergarten to fifth grade was a challenge. There were happy times and sad times. There were ups and downs in my Bearsville career, but throughout it all, I have made it. And during COVID in my last crazy year here at Bearsville, in my eyes, I have survived the challenge. I made it through the mixed up school year despite the hardships, and I've been a bear all the way. And even though when I go to middle school, I'll become a Mustang, I'll still be a bear. And how do I know this? Because once a bear, always a bear.
we are, saying farewell to us 5th graders at the 5th grade farewell. Of course, it looks a little different this year since we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Our parents can't be here in person, but I know that they're watching all of us on the live stream right now. I mean, we made it through distance learning, which makes us pretty strong. We've all gotten very familiar with online school resources, such as Zooming, Google Classroom, Canvas, and lots more. Some days, a lot of us probably felt unmotivated to do work at home, but the amazing Bearsville teachers have done an awesome job to make sure we still get a proper education. Let me just say, they did a good job keeping us on track during these crazy, unexpected times. No matter whether our journeys here involve distance learning or all in-person learning, I don't think any of us thought this day would come. I remember way back at kindergarten registration when I saw a 5th grader in the hallway. Wow, that kid is so big and cool, I thought. I want to be just like them someday. Throughout my whole Bearsville journey, I always looked up to the big kids, thinking about how cool it is that they're going to be at the middle school someday very soon. Now those big kids are us. To be honest though, I don't really think 5th graders are that big and cool anymore. Anyways, with that being said, we should be role models for those little kids who dream of being us one day. Behave in the halls and be kind like past 5th graders did for us when we were little. I told myself it would take decades, or maybe even centuries, to get through this 6-year journey at the best school. Newsflash, it didn't take decades or centuries. In the blink of an eye, these 6 years are already coming to an end. We're ending one big milestone of our lives and starting a new milestone, middle school. I know so many 5th graders are saying that Bearsville is just a school, and they won't give a second thought that we're saying goodbye. But Bearsville is more than just a school. It is where memories are made and where we grew up. This is where we've made our first friends, learned how to share toys, learned our manners, learned how to play with our peers politely, and most importantly, learned how school works. Making our first friends has made us not lonely and has helped our social skills. Learning how to share toys and play with our peers politely are all also important social skills we all need. These things make us nicer people. Saying manners like please and thank you show adults that we are respectful. All of these little but important things in life are things that Bearsville has taught us. But the most important thing is school. School is one of the biggest parts of our lives, and it gives us an education and prepares us for the future. Without schooling, most adults wouldn't be where they are today. Whether it's working a good job, having a family, having friends, or even just a roof over their heads, school has helped them be who they are today. Elementary school is a very important part in getting all of these adults' lives started when they were just little kids. In summary, Bearsville has prepared us for the future, shaped our lives, and made each and every one of us who we are today. We should never forget that when we're at EHMMS, the high school, for some of us college, or even when we are done with schooling. These elementary years are the beginning and structural part of our school years. At the end of the day, no matter where we are in the future, we will always remember what we have heard all of the time throughout these past 6 years. This phrase is probably just right now making sense and sinking in for most of the 5th graders here today. I bet you can guess what it is. Once a bear, always a bear.
Hey, can we give them one more round of applause? I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Nieder, who's going to read the next part of our ceremony, which is the promotion certificates. I always say this every year for the 5th grade farewell. This is not a graduation ceremony, and never want to treat it as such. You know, what we are doing today is we are recognizing the hard work that has gone into the last 6 years of schooling, whether it's here entirely at Bearsville or if it's, it's different schools and you just ended up with us for Bearsville just in 5th grade. We are very proud of you. We're excited for you, and hopefully you also are excited for yourself and proud of your accomplishments. So Mrs. Nieder is going to read the names for Mrs. Bauer's class. Mrs. Bauer, the certificates are right here. You're welcome.
Chloe Bolin, she's not here. Congratulations, Chloe. Jocelyn Buselli, Sophie Conrad, Andrew Cooper, Derek Cox, Logan Dutterer, Evie Eaton,
And we'll just have you stand right here.
Caden Fowler, Braden Giggart, Brandon Harden, Jackson Hurd, Noella Homan, Aaliyah Lehman, Riley Lentz, Talia Marlin, Cameo McCall, Zane Myers, Logan Plank, Camden Reineman, Jaylene Salazar, Aubrey Staub, Trenton Sullivan, and Damian Wells. Let's give a round of applause. The other way. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. If possible. You guys kneel if possible? In front. There you go. All right. Smile, guys. Not in front of your face. Smile. Evie.
So up next we have Miss Cook's class, but I believe Mrs. Wagaman is going to come up and read the names for us.
All right, here we go. So, Miss Cook's students, we have Levi Beal, sorry, not a good start. Levi Beal, sorry. He's like, come on, Mrs. Wagner. Noah Beal, Corvin Green, Vo Brooks, Edgardo Caraballo, Charles Cole, Cambridge Dietrich, Cami, Hallie Dahl, Evan Gladfelder, Andrew Gamora Rivera, Jackson Greist, Aiden Krajik, Ayana Ogden, Andrew Preston, Janessa Rosado, Eric Sanchez, Nevaeh Simpson, Keegan St. Rose, Sophia Terry, Braden Wharton, Sadie Yazvac, and Jason Baker. We also have those that were in distance learning as well but couldn't be here today. Terry Brooks, Chase Dietz, Owen Horn, Hayden Lambert, Ashlyn Peak, Kira Peak, Caden Robinson, Dylan Reiniak, and Serena Verity. Congratulations to all of you. We're gonna add one more to this crew. We also have Gannon Nickel.
Come stand next to Ayana. And then front row, can you guys swap down like before?
All right, we are moving to the next part of our program. I'd like to call up Mallory Hilliard and Charlie Smith. We're going to do our next set of 5th grade speeches. And Mallory will go first. Again, ladies, as you walk across the stage, please be careful of the cords.
Good morning, Bearsville teachers, staff, and fellow 5th graders. When you think of Bearsville, you may think of boring old school. I mean, that's what most students may think, but I'm here to prove you wrong. Bearsville is like another home to me. Nice people, incredible teachers, and a fun learning environment. I could find 100 more reasons why Bearsville is amazing, but let's keep going. Bearsville isn't very ordinary. I mean, it's not every day you see Mr. Clancy dressing up as the Grinch or letting kids throw gummy bears at him. And it isn't every day you see teachers in awesome costumes for Dr. Seuss Day. You also get to see kids walking down the halls with smiles on their faces every day. Right when you walk into Bearsville, you are able to see how unique and awesome it is. Not only is Bearsville extraordinary, but Bearsville also allows you to make incredible friends to help you through all the tough times and even the best times. You may drift apart from some friends, and you may pick up some friends along the way. No matter how many friends you had, you should always be able to be yourself, and Bearsville allows you to do that. When you're at Bearsville, you get the chance to learn from amazing teachers. No matter what teacher you have, all of them make learning fun. Whether it's science, math, ELA, or social studies, all of the teachers put their own special touch on things, making education enjoyable and effective. Bearsville teachers have also taught me that it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn new things. What would Bearsville be without these awesome teachers? When you're in a Bearsville classroom, you're encouraged to try new things and take risks. Trying new things helps you figure out what you like to do and what you're good at. And if you didn't take risks, you wouldn't be able to develop new skills. You won't get in trouble for trying new things or taking risks. Instead, you may find that you can benefit from it. Finally, all of the support Bearsville has given to every 5th grader has helped us build up our confidence for middle school. Knowing Bearsville has taught us everything we need to know for middle school makes me feel ready for the next step in life. A.A. Milne once said, "You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Without our time at Bearsville, I don't think we would have learned what we are really capable of achieving. I can't wait to see all that we achieve in our next journey to middle school. Fellow fifth graders, teachers, guardians, and friends, school is not just about learning, it is a place of friendship. Throughout the years, even if you have not been here for that long, you have probably made many friends that truly love and care for you. Friendship will follow you from Bearsville to middle school to high school. Friendship is all around you and will always be wherever you go. As we grow, we have constant education and determination from our teachers. They provide us with the knowledge and support we need to blossom into future Mustangs. Thank you, teachers, for all you have given us and having the confidence in us throughout the years. We would not be the people that we are here today without the love and support from our parents and guardians. They are the people who guide us into becoming future adults and help us prepare for the world. We are grateful for your encouragement to try our best. As you can see, from Bearsville to middle school, we will always have the confidence and encouragement we need to keep going.
As Charlie and Mallory are making their way to the seats, let's give them one more round of applause. The four individuals that spoke this morning, it's definitely not easy coming up here and especially talking in front of your peers like that, and all four were outstanding speeches. The next part of our program is our promotion certificates, and we will start with Mrs. Brilhart's class, and we'll do Mrs. Brilhart's class and Mr. Henning's class together. Sorry. Do Mrs. Brilhart with your class? Yes, okay. So we're going to do Mr. Henning's class. Sorry about that, Mrs. Wogman. So, Mr. Henning's class. And Mrs. Bowers helping out with that. We'll call you up. Obie Clark. Isaac Dorsey, Nathan Frank, Mariah Goss, Dorothy Grimm, William Grzeski, Lucas Hewer, Mallory Hilliard, Joseph Hostler, Alexa Natz, Mackenzie Leitner, Madison Long, Max Moulton, Liam Owens, Dalton Parker, Lillian Selby, Charlie Smith, Meredith Stahl, Natalie Thompson, Aiden Pasowski, Isabel Wilson, Emma Wisniewski, and Michael Worley. And let's hear it for Mr. Henry's class. We're going to try to compress you together a little bit here.
And then in the front row, yep, you guys kneel down and hold your scoop up.
Thank you. Let's hear one more round of applause for Mr. Hennings. And up next we have Mrs. Wagaman's class and Mrs. Brillhart's class. We'll start with Mrs. Wagaman's class, and Ms. Cook will read those names. Ms. Cook? Mrs. Brillhart Tarleton.
All right, so these kiddos are in Mrs. Wagaman's and Mrs. Brillhart's classes. Hope Arnold, Leland Bumgardner, Danielle Bolger, Tori Camacho, Trey France, Haley Holland, Ladarius Jones, Caden McDonald, Jenna Mashad, Mason Miller, Landon Pittenger, Jenna Pyle, I'm going too fast for Mrs. Wagaman, so I'll pause for a second. I'm gonna slow down. Tyler Rager, Allison Rathel, Braxton Raup, Xavier Raup, Kelsey Rhodes, Lily Robinson, Evan Stevens, Alasia Stewart, Addison Stifler, Isabella Glorioso, and Gigi Ramos. Let's give our friends at Mrs. Wagaman and Mrs. Brillhart's classes a round of applause.
All right. Gonna come take our picture. So some of you are gonna come in the front. Leland, okay. And then if you go to this. Or the condensed. Look at the camera.
So at this point in our program, we are going to conclude our live streaming part. We're going to stop the live streaming, and we're sort of going to transition here. We have a video that we would like to show everyone. But in the meantime, as we're setting this video up, we're going to take a little stretch break, just standing right where you're at, and then we'll bring everyone back together. But we will say thank you for watching our video here this morning, and we hope that everyone on the video has an enjoyable and safe summer, and then we will transition